Am I going to regret leaving Wall Street? No. Will I regret missing the beginning of the internet? Yes. I never worked on the school newspaper. People who are right most of the time are people who change their minds often. The people who are right a lot often change their minds. Life's too short to hang out with people who aren't resourceful. It's perfectly healthy and encouraged even to have an idea tomorrow that contradicted your idea today. My view is there's no bad time to innovate. If you build a great product or service, people will talk about it. But it starts with having something that's worth talking about. Any business plan won't survive its first encounter with reality. The reality will always be different. It will never be the plan. Obsess about customers, not competitors. If you think about the long term, then you can really make good life decisions that you won't regret later. If you're going to invest in an internet stock, you must be a long-term investor. Failure comes part and parcel with invention. It's not optional. The best customer service is if the customer doesn't need to call you, doesn't need to talk to you. It just works. The net is pretty cool, but the physical world is the best medium ever. Maintain a firm grasp of the obvious at all times. We innovate by starting with the customer and working backwards. That becomes the touchstone for how we invent. Be proud of your choices, not your gifts. What we want to be is something completely new. There is no physical analog for what Amazon.com is becoming. We like to pioneer. We like to explore. We like to go down dark alleys and see what's on the other side. I told all of our original investors that they would lose their money for sure. The most important single thing is to focus obsessively on the customer. Our goal is to be Earth's most customer-centric company. The thing that motivates me is a very common form of motivation, and that is, with other folks counting on me, it's so easy to be motivated. The death knell for any enterprise is to glorify the past, no matter how good it was. Our point of view is we will sell more if we help people make purchasing decisions. Do something you're very passionate about, and don't try to chase what is kind of the hot passion of the day. The great thing about fact-based decisions is that they overrule the hierarchy. There are two kinds of companies, those that work to try to charge more and those that work to charge less. We will be the second. Work hard, have fun, and make history. We can't be in survival mode. We have to be in growth mode. If we think long-term, we can accomplish things that we couldn't otherwise accomplish. If you double the number of experiments you do per year, you're going to double your inventiveness. If you invent frequently and are willing to fail, then you never get to that point where you really need to bet the whole company. If you don't understand the details of your business, you are going to fail. We watch our competitors, learn from them. see the things that they were doing for customers, and copy those things as much as we can. Every new thing creates 2 new questions and 2 new opportunities. The thing about inventing is you have to be both stubborn and flexible. The hard part is figuring out when to be which. You can work long, hard, or smart, but at Amazon.com you can't choose 2 out of 3. If you decide that you're going to do only the things you know are going to work, you're going to leave a lot of opportunity on the table. For every leader in the company, not just for me, there are decisions that can be made by analysis. These are the best kinds of decisions. Above all else, align with customers. Win when they win. Win only when they win. Lowering prices is easy. Being able to afford to lower prices is hard. Entrepreneurs must be willing to be misunderstood for long periods of time. You cannot make a business case that you should be who you are not. Cleverness is a gift. Kindness is a choice. We also have no incentive compensation of any kind. And the reason we don't is because it is detrimental to teamwork. Your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. Though we are optimistic, we must remain vigilant and maintain a sense of urgency. To get something new done, you have to be stubborn and focused, to the point that others might find unreasonable. The common question that gets asked in business is why? That's a good question, but an equally valid question is, why not? If you're not doing something that people will remark on, then it's going to be hard to generate word of mouth. A company shouldn't get addicted to being shiny, because shiny doesn't last. It's not an experiment if you know it's going to work. I think frugality drives innovation, just like other constraints do. One of the only ways to get out of a tight box is to invent your way out. If you have a business model that relies on customers being misinformed, you better start working on changing your business model. What's dangerous is not to evolve. We change our tools, and then our tools change us. If you never want to be criticized, for goodness sake, don't do anything new. It's hard to find things that won't sell online. If you only do things where you know the answer in advance, your company goes away. If you do build a great experience, customers tell each other about that. Word of mouth is very powerful. We are our choices. Build yourself a great story. What consumerism really is, at its worst, is getting people to buy things that don't actually improve their lives. In the end, we are our choices. I try to spend my time on areas that I think are important for the future and where I think I can add value. If you're truly obsessed over customers, it'll cover a lot of errors. One of the things it was obvious you could do with an online store is have a much more complete selection. I knew that if I failed I wouldn't regret that, but I knew the one thing I might regret is not trying. Focusing on the customer makes a company more resilient. Invention is by its very nature disruptive. If you want to be understood at all times, then don't do anything new. It is very difficult to get people to focus on the most important things when you're in boom times. Cleverness is a gift. Kindness is a choice. Gifts are easy, they're given after all. Choices can be hard. If you can't feed a team with 2 pizzas, it's too large. I love my life. I love being an inventor. Real estate is the key cost of physical retailers. That's why there's the old saw: location, location, location. One of the huge mistakes people make is that they try to force an interest on themselves. You don't choose your passions choose you. If you're long-term oriented, customer interests and shareholder interests are aligned. People love their horses, too, but you don't keep riding your horse to work just because you love it. Good ideas will always get funded, so that's not going to be a problem. But you will see that it will be harder and harder for bad ideas to get funded. If you want to be inventive, you have to be willing to fail. Determine what your customers need and work backwards. Seek instant gratification or the elusive promise of it, and chances are you'll find a crowd there ahead of you. Everything you are comes from your choices. Go to bed early and wake up early. The morning hours are good. A brand for a company is like a reputation for a person. You earn reputation by trying to do hard things well. Advertising is the price you pay for unremakable thinking. One of the things that gets me up in the morning is knowing that customer expectations are always rising, and I find that very exciting. Effective process is not bureaucracy. Bureaucracy is senseless process. We've got thousands of investors counting on us, and we're a team of thousands of employees all counting on each other. That's fun. I'd rather interview 50 people and not hire anyone than hire the wrong person. If you're not stubborn, you'll give up on experiments too soon. And if you're not flexible, you'll pound your head against the wall, and you won't see a different solution to a problem you're trying to solve. We've had 3 big ideas at Amazon that we've stuck with for 18 years, and they're the reason we're successful. Put the customer first, invent, and be patient. The smartest people are constantly revising their understanding, reconsidering a problem they thought they'd already solved. They're open to new points of view, new information, new ideas, contradictions, and challenges to their own way of thinking. If you're competitor-focused, you have to wait until there is a competitor doing something. Being customer-focused allows you to be more pioneering. Things never go smoothly. Where you are going to spend your time and your energy is one of the most important decisions you get to make in life. We are stubborn on vision. We are flexible on details. Our biggest cost is not power, or servers, or people. It's lack of utilization. It dominates all other costs. Our premise is there are going to be a lot of winners. It's not winner take all. Other people do not have to lose for us to win.